and welcome to a brief overview of reforging. Now, what is reforging? It's a process whereby you can change one stat on a piece of gear, and depending on the quality of the gear, the initial cost will either be gold or gems. It's something that gets very expensive very quickly. Each time you reforge that stat, the cost goes up until it hits a maximum value, and then it's that same value over and over again. We'll see that shortly. So here is a green item. It's only got one stat, deflect rating. I wouldn't recommend reforging any gear ever unless it's part of your endgame gear and something's changed, that the gear's still fine but some of the stat distribution has changed to make it better. But let's say I did want to reforge this deflect rating. Click on reforge. It says we can change an attribute, it should just say one attribute and one attribute only, into a new one, or we get the chance to improve the attribute value. So after paying the reforge cost, we'll be presented with 3 new stats. One of them will be this 390 deflect rating, and then there'll be 2 random ones. We get to choose which of those 3 we want. And as it says here, once an attribute has been reforged, only that attribute can be reforged again. So I'll show that as well. So this level 71 item, by clicking on the stats, reforge is 1000 gold because it's a green item. Down here is a list of all the possible stats and the value ranges that would drop in if you were to reforge. The blue item, again, I can choose which of the 2 stats I wish to go for. It's a higher initial cost because it's a higher quality item. Once we hit epics, now they want to charge us 10 gems, and this will rise every time we do a reforge. I'm not going to do that on these. And legendary, which if you ever craft a level 77 with these stats or this sort of distribution, go and sit in the corner quietly and have a little weep to yourself. Reforge starts at 20 on that, and that's going to rise up to 50 as well over time, more reforges that you do. So let's go back to this blue one just to demonstrate. So let's say I'm not happy with 84 dodge rating. I can click on reforge, 5000 gold. That normally spins through quite a long time, so I can either have my 84 dodge rating that I originally had, or I've got a choice of extra gold or experience. Let's say we went with extra gold. We've now got 42.7% extra gold. The reforge cost for the second attempt is 10,000 gold. If I come out, go back in and hit reforge, you can see it's locked. It won't let me change deflect rating anymore. I've already selected which stat, the original stat that I wanted to change. So now I can only ever change that one stat. Clicking reforge. They've definitely changed the graphics for this. So again, 42.7 on extra gold, or I can take vitality or ability raise. We'll take vitality. And the reforge cost has increased again. So this does eventually hit a limit, I think, after about 5 reforges. So you can only use it to change one stat. You can't use it to change armor or weapon damage or bonus values if there are any on your gear, and you can't use it to increase item levels. It's purely a way of changing one stat on your gear. Very expensive very quickly. So here's an item that I have reforged previously. I can't remember what was on there. but I've now got critical rating. It costs 50 gems every time I want to try and reforge. So that's just a brief overview. Not something that I would recommend a new player ever be doing. It really only comes down to endgame stuff, and usually only because the best setup for your gear has changed slightly. That, or in my case, as I quite often do when I'm crafting trinkets and I put the wrong, or I miss out frost damage, and then I've got a really good item that I can't recraft, not in an efficient manner, in which case reforging might be the best option to get the right stat on there. Usually it's cheaper just to build a new item. So any questions, comments, suggestions, feel free to leave them down below and I shall answer you there. Thank you very much for watching.